that means I can't get a refund. But when I go like this, I have to go like this, or else it doesn't show up. 8. Me every day. I eat, and I have to like eat food. Do you eat water? You drink water? Is there a way you can? What about when you add electrolytes? You still are not eating water when you add electrolytes, or like random flavoring. But are you eating a smoothie? Because unless, well, some people just swallow their smoothies. If it's like really thick, then you have to eat your smoothie. You can't drink your smoothie. Does the same go for a milkshake? There's whipped cream in milkshakes. And yes, the rumors are true about that. They're all outside. All of them. All people. All. Not just the men. All the ladies. What's up? I'm right here. Dalmatian aesthetic. 101 Dalmatians. Problematic, yes, no. Hey, Jesse. That is stuck in my head. Jesse Williams, actor. Jesse Williams, William Shatner. Oh, it ends there. It ends with us. Ooh. Books, not really for me. The drama. What's the update on the drama? I don't even know what the update is on the drama. Justin Baldoni is Greek. Greek salads are really good. Pepperoncini. Good drag name. I could be Pepperoncini. I was just thinking of a joke. I can't say that joke. Sometimes I think of jokes and like YouTube would really like penalize. Is that the right word? They would do that to me. How could you do this? Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin, Brenda Song. Brenda Song. Sing song. Bing bang bong. UK hon. Life is a movie. If we were a movie, you'd be the right guy. I'd be the best friend that you'd fall in love with. In the end, we'd be laughing, watching the sunset. Some play the happy songs. Everything goes back to song. Everything relates to Brenda Song. Brenda Song is God. Is God. God is God. Is deity. Only one singular one. The ultimate God. Subordinate gods. Macaulay is not one of the subordinate gods. Macaulay's cool though. Mount Olympus of actors. I like Brenda Song, but I don't know anything that they've been in. Like, I haven't seen anything they've been in since like 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒏𝒄 or oh my god, Ashley Tisdale drama. Is that still a thing? Ashley Tisdale left the mom group. Meghan Trainor is like, what are you talking about? Other people are in that group. If I were a mom, would I be in the mom group? I'd be in the dad group, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, bro? Wanna go grab a beer? I'm actually sober, I don't drink. I don't drink for health reasons. I can't drink because I have health issues. Or shortly after turning 21, I had like a sip of something, and because it was shortly after my concussion, it made me like drunk, quote unquote drunk right away. It got, oh my god, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer over here. I didn't blow my nose before this. Should I have? I don't think so, but why is it red? I did put on Vaseline. Did I put on Vaseline? Yes. Okay, I wish y'all could see. I'm gonna try to dip it so that y'all can see. I have to go very slowly. You can zoom in if you need to. Or else, yes, you see it says yes. This thing is the real deal. What's real and what's fake? What about fur? Don't wear fur. Please don't wear fur. Unless if it's faux, fur. F-A-U-X, faux. I don't know if I have many faux. Like back in the day I probably did, but now it's like, do I have faux? People like despise me. I don't know. What did I do? I just exist. represent. They're the animal that represents Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I have that. Spoons represent pot syndrome, not pots and pans. Do you say pot or pan? I say, oh, Wendy, it's pots. Pots. Pans. I put stuff in the pot for like soup, and the pan is for stuff like if you're scrambling eggs. I'm vegan, so I only scramble just vegan eggs. Any other vegan egg brands? You should develop a vegan egg brand and tell me about it, and then you can pay me to promote it, because eggs and ASMR go well together, even though eggs are more associated with breakfast, and usually ASMR is associated with the nighttime. How do people think of the Z's? Zebra. Everything's all connected. Z is for zebra, because if you think, like when people go through the alphabet, if you're teaching your kids, you're like, Z is for zebra or zebra. Oh my gosh, I say zebra. I said that like with enthusiasm too, like I was being serious. I'm American. Sorry, I usually go like this so you don't have to hear me so follow, but I can't help it. When that happens, I talk fast, it makes me hypersalivate even more. Or I just talk. When I talk fast. I don't realize it in the moment until if I reflect on my life, on conversations I've had. I don't really even think about it, honestly. Because at first, sometimes like in live streams, people say I talk really fast. And I'm okay with that because my mind works really fast, so I have to be able to talk really fast to keep up. And a lot of times I still lose my train of thought. I might be autistic, but I don't like trains. Like, trains are fine. I've been scared of trains ever since growing up. In West Fargo, North Dakota, there is an old like historical museum called Bonanzaville, and there's an old train there, and it's so big, and standing next to it is scary. What is it called? You have the fear of things that are like much bigger than you. There's like planes in there you can go in as well. That whole place is haunted. It's like a bunch of stuff from the 1800s, also probably 1900s. It's a historical museum, like for the area, the county, and it is haunted. Even when I was younger, I didn't believe in anything. Mother texted, "Hi mother, how are you doing?" Mother, I hope you're doing good. Mother's at work, but also mother is working. You feel me? Is that true? Without a doubt. You already freaking know. People are being loud outside. Wee woo, sirens. JK, there's no sirens. In the summertime, there's always sirens going by. Not as much in the winter. You'd think there would be in the winter or in the colder months, but it's not. It's weird. It's like what's going on in the summer. Y'all just like jumping off of cliffs. I don't do cliff jumping. It's not for me. I've never tried it, and I don't plan on trying it. I wouldn't want to go off of skydiving or bungee. I would rather skydive than bungee jump. Though bungee jumping, I would be in amusement park rides, and it would feel like there was a time where it wasn't in properly, and if I would have, and I was like so skinny and like tiny back then, and short in height, I would have like flown out of it. So I had to be really careful, or else and it was going upside down and round and round. It was at the Mall of America, one of those rides. Go to the Mall of America, support local businesses, JK. There's not really local businesses. There actually are some local businesses that you can check out there, especially like maybe some of the food places, maybe not, or like more adjacent to Minnesota. But I want to go back to the historical museum because even before I believed in anything, like I grew up in North Dakota, so it's very religious. Christianity runs rampant all throughout North Dakota. But I didn't believe in anything even when I would get taught it in Sunday school or at church. Or at Wednesday church, like adolescent services or whatever. I always felt so scared, and they have mannequins and stuff there to like replicate some stuff. I'm like, oh, that just makes it worse. It's so haunted there. Y'all, if you live in North Dakota, or if you like ever travel to North Dakota, most people go to the west part of the state, which I don't blame you. There's bison out there. There's also bison in Minnesota. Bison is also the NDSU bison. It's a mascot. Thunder. Na 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 na. Thunder. universe, and can you jump timelines? I don't really know. That kind of concept scares me. I don't know if you can. It's because, like, how would I know? I don't think you're supposed to know. And that's part of metaphysics, right? Not metaphysics. What is it called? Quantum physics. Quantum theory and quantum physics is basically metaphysics, right? Where it's stuff that you can't explain, but it's stuff that happens that's like, does gravity fall under that? Because it's something that you can perceive, but it's something that, but that can be scientifically proven. Like, you were to drop this, I'm not gonna actually drop it, that'll make too much noise. Concepts are too much noise. They're too much noise for me, and they're too overstimulating, too much flashing lights. I usually, like, for a lot of times, just have to go like this. I love Granite Van Fleet, but the second concert I went to was in St. Paul. First one was in Fargo, North Dakota. Second one was in St. Paul, Minnesota, at the XL Energy Center. And there was drama outside. We were all out there. Do y'all like drama? I want to like, but also don't want to like reality television. But also I engage in it because technically, like, RuPaul's Drag Race is reality television. But I know it's scripted, and they tell you to like say things again or like do things over again. So it's not actually real. So why is it? Should we like ban it being called reality television unless it's all 100% like not scripted, not edited down, or edited away that like makes things look a certain way at all? I have to like, I don't have to burp. There's like an air bubble. I think I'm inhaling too much air. Is that true? What do you say? Yes. Okay. I wish y'all could see, but it's faulty. It's a faulty equipment. Can you imagine being on something like you're up high in the air and like those construction or technician people that work on like the landlines? Oh my god, I sound so dumb. I'm not a laborer if you haven't been able to tell. Look at what I'm doing. Oh my god, birds run into those. Do they get electrocuted? I wonder if they run into those, how often they actually get electrocuted versus they just like kind of like get injured. My ex-partner, before like the summer in between, or the summer, we met one summer that we were together around a year. Then the summer after that, he was gonna go off to college soon, but I hung out with him so much, and so one of these days I just didn't feel like hanging out, so I just stayed at home. And a bird ran into the window of his home, and then he told me, so then I came over, and then the whole time he just was making me feel bad because I didn't want to hang out, but I came to see the bird, even though the bird, like, yeah, died. There was nothing I could do to help it, I guess. R.I.P. Average lifespan of birds. What's the average lifespan of all animals and wildlife? Turtles live the longest. Turtles live the longest, not the longest, but they live long. Tortoises specifically, sorry. I know like tortoises are different than turtles. What about snapping turtles? Oh my god, those things always creep me out. At the Fargo Zoo, they used to have a snapping turtle, and I would always be scared to even like be near it, even though it wouldn't like snap at me. Sometimes it would get territorial, I guess, with the neck. You know, like how, oh my god, birds, everything is connected. Tortoises and turtles and everything are birds. One second. I had to like clear my throat. There was a tickle in my throat. I wonder if anybody's oh my god. People swallow swords. How do people do that? Wouldn't you be scared? I think people who do that don't care if they die. Because that is dangerous, and those people definitely, I think, back in the day would have been jesters. Did you know apparently a lot of people who were jesters were allegedly, hypothetically, likely, scientifically, evidentially people who were not neurodivergent or who had autism? I think I'd definitely be a jester. Like, look what I'm doing right now, and the concept of this video, I am a jester. Chester B. I miss Chester Bennington. The lead singer of, oh my god, why am I doing this? I was about to say Fall Out Boy. No. Linkin Park. I don't like who they have now because apparently she's a Scientologist, so I don't like that. And people are like, why can't you just enjoy the music? I'm somebody who I don't like. I try to gonna go to Scientology churches and they're gonna want to maybe try it out and maybe people will be involved in that cult. I think it's a cult, allegedly, hypothetically, for entertainment purposes only. I believe it's a cult. I've said this before, I would definitely probably, if I were like from the 60s, 70s, maybe 80s, I think I would have probably joined a cult if I didn't have my health issues. You know what, maybe specifically because I have the health issues I have. Like going to a cult and being like, oh yeah, y'all can heal me. There's that one mega church lady, right, who had an anorexia cult. Is she a mega church lady or she's just Christian? She's a pastor of some kind. And she had her anorexia, like, death cult. Or everybody was starving themselves cult. They're so interesting. And it's interesting because people who join them, apparently, a lot of the time, it's like, you don't even, like, you get told, like, Mormonism, a lot of people are supposedly smart, by research, by at least, like, college academic standards. Isn't that because you're kind of forced into it? And maybe if you're Mormon, for example, you're more likely to be able to have access to college and to afford college via your family, your parents. And it's like there's this expectation that part of being godly is to be able to make a lot of money even if you don't enjoy what you're doing. So like a lot of people become engineers. A lot of the guys specifically become engineers or anything in business like executives, business marketing stuff. I would hate to run a business. Can you imagine? People already think I look like a teenager. Do you remember being a teenager? It's so like back then. Alex was over here now, and he's technically an elder. He's 9 years old. Soon, he'll be like within around a month from the time this uploaded. He'll be 10, double digits, which is crazy. He's more like a kitten now than he was when my mom first got him. He's technically my mom's cat, but he's literally my bae. He loves me so much. He loves words of affirmation. Words of affirmation on my list is like number 2. Number 1 is physical touch. I know that those people who made up, like the couple, but especially this one guy, but like the couple who made love languages, they're very like, it's kind of, oh my god, speaking of cults, isn't it kind of culty? Aren't they homophobic? I don't know. They send money to like bad causes. I don't exactly remember why they're canceled. Do you believe in cancel culture? Because I do, to an extent. I think people are allowed to change and grow, but if people don't, like if people have done something really bad or bad enough and they don't like apologize for it, I think they should just consider it. Like people should continue to not support people. But if people come back and they're like, I've learned and I'll show you how I do better, then that's fine. Reminds me of Logan Paul. Oh my god, the Paul brothers. I know a lot of what they do is a shtick, it's an act, but Logan Paul, when he came back after the Forest video, and then he was pretending to bang at a rabbit that was already dead, or he was actually doing it. He was banging at it. He was outside in front of his pool. I'm like, we are in a dystopia. America is a dystopia, but the world is a dystopia. So that's why we should be able to jump timelines. But then if we jump timelines, it's like I'll probably just end up at one that's similar enough to the one I'm at now. This is something that I, for some reason, as my soul, my spirit incarnate into this body as a soul body, is meant to experience these things, so I can form opinions based off of fact and based off of what I feel is okay or not okay. It's like, do I think this thing about politics and government is okay? Yes or no? And is that the same as what I would have thought back in the day? I don't see enough people in the ASMR community talk about politics. I do all the time in my live streams, not as much in the videos, because those are more likely to get like taken down or stricken or age restricted. How old do you think you should be to drink alcohol? Isn't it so weird? That's different depending on push more like AI crap. People are gonna be like, in cryptocurrencies, that's why everything should be digital. It's like digital stuff can be, people can overpower digital stuff and like steal your crypto and steal your identity online already. I'm ashamed to admit I have owned cryptocurrency at one point. I only bought it once because my ex-partner bought some, and this is like back when it was first starting out. Was it cryptocurrency? Yeah, but then I literally just I put 40 bucks into it, and then I ended up at like 13 bucks within less than a year. And then you couldn't even on, what was it on? That one app, Kraken, the app, you couldn't even, if it was under 20 bucks, you couldn't even take any money out. So that was a big bust. Wasted 40 bucks. I really did not have any money back then. Does anybody even still do cryptocurrency nowadays? Oh my god, the stock market is so out of my, I was gonna say pay grade. I've never worked a job where I have gotten a pay raise ever. Even when I worked at Hallmark for 2 years. My longest like regular job. I never got paid more than barely above minimum wage. My minimum wage at that point was like $7.85. I think I got paid around, oh god, how much did I get paid? Was it only $8? Maybe $8.50. It was definitely $8 something, $8, or maybe it was $8.25, somewhere between $8 and $8.50. And my sister worked at Bath and Body Works, also in the mall. And so at one point in time, we both worked in the mall, and we never saw each other though, because we worked at different parts of the mall. And oh my god, the Moorhead Mall, by the way, that's not the mall I worked at. Moorhead, Minnesota Mall. I don't know, is it still even open? Like, is there, like, it's such a big building, and whenever, like, so many businesses have closed down, barely any of them are open, because nobody goes to Moorhead. Moorhead is so creepy vibes. If you look up the Moorhead, Minnesota Railroad haunted, people have stories. A lot of people have committed 𝒂𝒆𝒄𝒅 there, like in front of the train, so it's very sad. And Moorhead, it's more run down. They've done better in certain parts of it, but I haven't been back in a while. But the closer you get to downtown Fargo, oh my god, talk about, like, I guess you could say gentrification. So much of like West Fargo and downtown Fargo, you might hear my cat eating the background, munch, is becoming so much more like expensive. Do y'all, if you smoke weed or if you drink alcohol, do you get the munchies? Because I feel like if I did those things, I don't know if I would. I would just use this as maybe an excuse to have more Taco Bell. I used to have Taco Bell all the time when I was younger. You know what I would get? Do y'all know about Taco John's potato Olays? Those are good. Oh my god, the breakfast burritos at Taco John's. That's the best breakfast burrito I've ever had. Was the kind you'd get at Taco John's. You'd have the potato Olays in there. Oh my god, heartburn central, but so good. And it's a lot. And oh my god, warm tortillas are so good. Warm flour tortillas are better than corn tortillas. I haven't had corn tortillas or anything corn in like 2 to 3 years. So I'd be afraid to have it now. I stopped because it's inflammatory. It would cause me major digestive issues and like related issues, so I stopped having corn. I don't even have potato chips. I do like black bean chips, or what's the brand? There's a couple of different brands, but there's a specific brand of bean chips that I like to get. I don't remember what it's called. But they also have like pinto beans. Pinto bean chips, sorry. I haven't made homemade beans in a long time. Have I ever? I don't want to get the dry beans. I want to wait until I have like, what do you call it, those pressure cookers, so I can pressure cook dry beans, because that would be better than canned beans. I haven't had anything canned in a long time, unless you consider like peanut butter, but that's not canned, that's jarred. Canned, I haven't had anything canned in a very long time, because canned stuff is high histamine, and that triggers my mast cell activation syndrome issues. But I do like the very salty and oily corn tortilla chips from Chipotle. Maybe I had those like a year and a half ago. I haven't had Chipotle in like, at this point in time. One of the last times I had it was, I think, around my birthday. Or I had my mom come home from work. She stopped at Chipotle to get me Chipotle is a good idea. Anything like at a restaurant or fast food is a good idea. Almost. If you have pot syndrome because there's so much sodium in it. Salt. The sea. Have y'all ever been in the sea? The sea is very salty. Have you ever had salted taffy? I don't even know if I've ever had salted taffy. Especially like the kind that they sell you in, or that comes from Florida. Like from the actual salt water that they wait, is that okay that they do that? Do they do some sort of purification process to make sure that the salt isn't like, or like the salt water isn't gonna get you sick? Salt water from all the gators and crocodiles. I still don't know what the difference is between the alligators and crocodiles. And I know one of them came from the dinosaur, like the dinosaur era, and one of them is not. And that they're actually not really all that related, right? But I know the difference is like the snout and the teeth or something, but I don't remember what is what and which is which. Sandwich. I have a sandwich every day. My Just Egg patty, Just Egg, y'all. Even if you're not vegan, I recommend trying Just Egg. The first time I ever had Just Egg, maybe it was because at that point I was already vegan, but I tried Just Egg, and I got nervous because I thought it was like real egg that I was consuming, and I'm like, is this actually egg? But it's not. It's just egg. It's made out of mung bean protein, but unfortunately it doesn't have or is it mung bean protein isolate. It doesn't actually have too much protein in it. The protein in it comes from the pea protein. I think pea protein, PEA. Okay, don't get it twisted. I have there's a lot of pea protein in my Ripple, RIPPLE milk that I have with my cereal every morning. My highest protein meal, my like highest calorie dense meal, everything is for breakfast with my cereal. I have the 3 Wishes cereal, which I've talked about and shown before on the channel. I love 3 Wishes cereal. Sometimes you can tell they do like the equipment is like faulty. It's still edible, but like something is wrong with the machine and then it doesn't taste as good and it like looks weird. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this. I was gonna have it be weird and nonsensical, but I was making sense. It's just like intrusive thoughts. Like, I don't know, it's a whisper ramble, but it's more than just a whisper ramble. I was really jumping around. So let's see what I end up titling this. You already know,